But we're going to cover the impeachment hearings.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
That's Brian. I'm Ed.
Yeah, I'm Brian.
Welcome to the garage.
Yeah. And normally I do that, but I was just like really kind of excited, you know?
Yes.
So I kind of, you kind of want to barrel ahead into the subject matter.
Yes,
but
they know us already.
I wanted to back up just a little bit before I get into this article and just a little commentary, on our part. But a long time ago, back when I don't even like mentioning his name, President number 44. What was his name?
Obama.
Yeah,
Obama.
Got reelected for his second term. I made the statement that now we're going to watch the Democrat Party attack themselves. We're going to watch them feed on each other, throw each other under the bus, and we're going to watch them make some really dumb choices. Then lo and behold, 45 gets elected.
Mm-hmm.
Trump. And gosh, the insanity has ensued ever since. The day after his inauguration, the day after his election, they were yelling impeach.
Yes.
Day after the election. Yes. He hadn't even gotten into office yet. Okay, this is the year before. He hasn't done anything, and they're yelling impeach, impeach, impeach. First it was Russian collusion, which absolutely crumbled and fell apart. Then it was Ukrainian collusion.
Yeah.
Quid pro quo was the term they like to throw around.
Yeah.
In the meantime, we see a video of creepy Joe Biden come out, bragging about telling the Ukrainian president that you're not getting this $1 billion or whatever it was until you get rid of this prosecutor, who, by the way, was investigating his son.
Yeah.
Who was working for Burisma or whatever the name of the company is, energy company.
Like that, yeah.
No experience this guy's got. He's a drug-addled nitwit.
He's a drug addict.
Yeah.
Dropout.
Yeah. The guy's been in more trouble than you can shake a stick at. And in recent times, it's come to light that he had an affair with a stripper who has had his illegitimate child, which he denied until the genetic results came in, and 99.9999999
Maury Povich said,
his kid.
You are the father.
You are the father. So, but Joe Biden doesn't know anything about how his son got the job, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
How come he kept the job? He doesn't know anything about that. And so we've got Democrats that have investigated Trump for the very thing they've been doing.
Yeah.
Did you know Nancy Pelosi's got a grandson working for the same energy company?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Doesn't surprise me.
How about, what's the guy's name from New York? Bloomberg. And then there's the other one. What's his name? I can't remember his name. He's an idiot.
Bad names.
They're all idiots. But anyway, they've all got kids, grandkids, or whatever, working for this Ukrainian energy company. Democrats.
Yeah.
So they want to investigate the president for doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
How about that? So, in light of that, they decided to hold their impeachment hearings.
Yeah.
And we saw the idiot Rashida Tlaib. There's a person you don't want to see a close-up selfie of, let me tell you. Getting in the camera, and we're going to vote to impeach Trump, and she's all excited.
Yeah.
Like impeaching him in the House gets rid of him. Well, I got an article covering that. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody that woke up the next day going, what?
Yeah.
How is he still president?
I got this article from a brother in the Lord, and his name is Kevin Sorbo. Y'all might know him as a gentleman who played Hercules. Yeah. Hercules. The article itself was written by a Daniel Greenfield. And its article is, What if you hold impeachment rallies and no one comes? Just to give you a little microcosm of what's going on around our country, folks. Here we go. What if you hold impeachment rallies and no one comes? This is posted the 21st of December 2019. In Grand Rapids, Michigan, a city of 200,000, a grand total of 200 lefties turned out to rally for impeachment. The rally did not immediately manage to attract 200 lefties. Instead, the very tiny mob of quarrelsome senior citizens shambled past trendy juice bars, restaurants decorated with festive lights, and a Subway shop, while waving signs depicting President Trump as an orange man with a comb-over. Yeah. At some point, this sad gathering on impeachment eve managed to get all the way up to 200 people. 200. A whole 200.
That's
Wow.
quite impressive.
Yeah. The scene wasn't much better in Boston Commons, where hundreds of protesters in a city of 685,000 showed up to listen to former Governor Bill Weld, who was running against Trump for the Republican nomination.
What?
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Did anybody out there know that Bill Weld was running against
never
Trump?
even heard of them.
I've never even heard of Bill Weld.
Well, good luck. Good luck, Bill.
Yeah. He's running for the nomination in a campaign managed by his stepson, by the way. Say something that neither the media nor his own campaign's social media account saw fit to cover. Didn't cover it. Then who can blame them? It's Bill Weld, who we don't even know who that is.
Okay.
The turnout was equally miserable in Philly, where once again hundreds of protesters showed up at Thomas Paine Plaza to chant an original protest song that they had composed just for the occasion. How many of us have heard this one? Hey, hey, ho, ho, Donald Trump has got to go. Yeah. Even they knew it was futile. This isn't to try and actually remove him from office. We know that's not going to happen, a second-year law student in Philly explained. It's a sad state of affairs. We can only get a few hundred protesters to call for Trump's impeachment in the city that hosted the Democratic National Convention. Yeah.
Where they boo God? Is that
yeah.
the city where they boo God at?
Boom, boom. And even they know it's not happening. Hundreds, once again, gathered in Chicago, a hotbed of liberalism. Yes. But hundreds once again gathered in Chicago's Federal Plaza to bleed out impeachment. So much for the city's vaunted community organizers, who couldn't even manage to turn out as many people to call for Trump's impeachment as for the premiere of another Star Wars movie or a drive-by shooting. Oh yeah, here we go. Move On. Everybody knows who MoveOn.org is. Among other lefty hate groups, called for nationwide rallies on impeachment eve, and they got them. If you interpret rallies and nationwide very generously, or as the Washington Post generously put it, modest but passionate turnout at pro-impeachment rallies. The Washington Post, left-leaning liberal rag, passionate attempt to kill democracy died in failed nighttime rallies of hundreds. It's easy to blame the weather for the poor turnout in Boston, Philly, and Chicago, but what about Phoenix, Arizona? Yeah, let's go to Phoenix here, folks.
Yeah.
Where despite moderate temperatures, only a few hundred turned out. And for all we know, it might be the same few hundred.
Yeah, they're probably flying around.
Let's bust them around. Desperate protesters divided by traffic held up "Honk to Impeach" signs, but that's not only why the drivers worried that one of these idiots would rush off the sidewalk and into traffic were actually honking.
Yeah.
In Los Angeles.
They do that way too much. Yeah.
Liberal California, where last year over 700,000 people fled. The rally boasted celebrities like Representative Katie Hill, who, by the way, was forced to resign over an inappropriate relationship and is holding a GoFundMe to sue everyone, not to mention Rob Reiner. Everybody, you know who Rob Reiner is?
Yep.
All in the family? We called him Meathead. Mm-hmm. Sadly, they only got hundreds of people to show up to Grand Park and listen to Rob Reiner. But that's still more people than Rob Reiner was able to get into theaters for classics like Rumor Has It, North, The Story of Us, and his latest shock and awe, A Shot at the Bush Administration, which made only $77,980, despite the combined acting talents of Woody Harrelson, Tommy Lee Jones, and Meathead. Yeah, you can see why Rob has focused on the political phase of his career as Carl Reiner's talentless son. But the impeachment rallies of impeachment eve were a bust from sea to shining sea. Even the reliable Zoomer and millennial student base had abandoned impeachment activists in college towns and cities. In Princeton, New Jersey, where the university boasts 1,289 faculty members and 5,267 undergrads, a little over 100 protesters showed up. Even the faculty of the various identity politics departments alone should have been able to manage a better turnout in a cafeteria line, never mind an anti-Trump protest. In Ann Arbor, Michigan, home of the University of Michigan, and more radicals than you can hit with a dead raccoon, more than 1,000 people registered and only a few hundred showed up to the actual shindig. Yeah, Mayor Christopher Taylor addressed the sad handful of fellow radicals, telling them, "We value pluralism and diversity. We value welcoming the refugee, the immigrant, We value using the tool of government to support the neediest among us. The tool of government should have brought some of those refugees, immigrants, and welfare recipients to the impeachment rally. Sadly, no matter how many MS-13 gang members and Syrian terrorists you resettle, they can't be counted on to show up at your impeachment rally. Yeah. In Des Moines, Iowa, that familiar quorum of hundreds gathered to wave their little signs. One woman was wearing a Russian fur hat. It's unknown if that was a comment on the temperature or Russiagate. Someone also brought a sad little partly deflated Trump balloon. In Stamford, Connecticut, once again, mere hundreds turned out, but they brought along an African-American fifth grader to recite the Pledge of Allegiance. He appeared to be the only black person there. It was an even bigger disaster in Madison, Wisconsin, where only 200 people and a broken bullhorn showed up. A broken bullhorn?
Okay.
Yeah. The gang that couldn't impeach straight hadn't even figured out their own sound system. Even when it's as basic as a bullhorn, speakers had to shriek to be heard by the very small crowd. Only a few hundred people turned out in Denver, Colorado. In Fort Worth, Texas, 100 protesters showed up outside the office of Representative Ron White, who wasn't there anyway. Not even there. Yeah. In New York City, a small gathering waving a black banner reading, "Remove them all!" marched past a Sunglass Hut on the way down from Times Square. Organizers chanted, "Shut it down!" It was unclear what they wanted to shut down. There weren't enough of them to shut down Times Square, but nobody could get into the Sunglass Hut while they were marching past it, so they did shut down the Sunglass Hut.
For 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah. If temporarily shutting down the Sunglass Hut doesn't stop President Trump, what will? A woman held up a sign reading, "Trump digs his own grave." Actually, that's the Democrat Party.
Yeah.
Yeah. The way the small group carried the black banner suggested that they were using it for warmth. The banner got tangled up in the planters that had been set up to keep Islamic terrorists, trucked in by Democrats, from running over people with cars. The momentum of the march collapsed as they tried to figure out how to untangle it. Impeach who? The organizer demanded, as if they had all forgotten impeach Trump. And then it began to rain. The only place the impeachment eve rallies got any turnout was, guess where? San Francisco. Yeah, where 1,000 protesters marched to Senator Kamala Harris' office, who, by the way, failed and dropped out of the presidential campaign, office to hear a speech by Christine Pelosi, Nancy Pelosi's granddaughter, I guess, or daughter. That's like going out for a week-old soy burger and finding out that they don't have any and you have to eat the bag they came in. You know? San Francisco, by the way, has a population of over 800,000 people, but it's understandable that the other 799,000 stayed home. It's one thing to march through bullets and clubs, and another thing to march your own $600 Ferragamo loafers through progressive piles of hepatitis-infected human waste in Pelosi's utopia.
Yeah.
Oh, and let's not forget about the needles.
Yeah.
The protests were meant to show that ordinary people wanted impeachment to succeed. Instead, they predictably brought out the crazies and the kooks in Naperville, Illinois, where once again, only hundreds rallied for impeachment. A woman carried a racist sign reading, "White silence is violence." Are we quiet or silent?
No.
Okay. Just checking. In San Francisco, one of the featured speakers was, oh, wait for it, Alexander Hamilton. You know who that is, right?
No.
One of our founding fathers.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I thought you meant somebody.
It wasn't actually, but it wasn't actually Hamilton. We'll get to this here in a second. These people can't even be original.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They can't even be original because the role of Hamilton was played by a British activist dressed in a tricorn and colonial clothing. The whole plan couldn't have been any more misguided if the crowd had been waving the Union Jack. That's the British flag, folks. The state of activist desperation in San Francisco is so bad that its protesters have started to steal from the Tea Party. A tricorn is that triangular hat. Yeah. So I mean, they couldn't even come up with their own own costume or whatever. If they show up with a Gadsden flag, somebody should sue them. Seriously. After all the noise, Move On, Indivisible, Credo, and the whole gang managed to turn out thousands of angry lefties nationwide, even as polls show that the majority of Americans oppose impeachment. Everyone but Pelosi, Schiff, and the Ingress activists have given up on impeachment. In Oakland, a protester boasted, "I have the same bottle of champagne that I bought to toast our first woman president. But that didn't happen. I put it in my refrigerator and I wrote impeachment on the labels. And now I'm going to get to pull it out of the refrigerator tomorrow and open it up and drink it." Folks, I don't know who this young lady is, but at the end of this, and we should be kind to people like this because they're really stupid, but don't tell her how impeachment works or she'll never be able to drink that champagne.
Yeah.
So, how does impeachment work, Brother Ed? Do you know?
Yeah, the House has to
Pass the articles?
pass the articles of impeachment, and then they have the trial in the Senate.
Yes.
And then when the Senate agrees, then they go and boot the president out.
But there's a
And
little
the vice
special
president takes out.
proviso to the Senate hearing.
Yes.
And I read that in the article you showed me earlier.
Yes.
Whereupon the President of the United States defense team
Yes.
gets to call witnesses.
Yes.
So Democrats, guess what? If Nancy Pelosi actually has the guts to get this out of her purse and turn it in, I think she's keeping the articles of impeachment in her purse. Because she knows if she turns them in, one of two things is going to happen here.
She says she's not going to turn it in until they agree to do it the way she wants.
And that's not going to happen.
So we're going to get what we want, and then she's turns it in. We're going to get what we want. She doesn't turn in. We're going to get what we want. So whatever.
Either way, we go what we want. Win, win, win.
Yeah.
Win, win,
She's
win.
just going to go back and drink some more whiskey.
Oh, and let's not forget, there's a time frame she has to turn it in.
Yeah.
And if she
Yeah, I
doesn't
think it's
turn
time
it
frame.
in within a certain period of time, guess what? It's DOA, dead on arrival.
Yep.
Dead in the water.
Done.
So
Means it didn't even happen.
the Democrats just wasted $2.4 billion of
Yes.
taxpayers' money on a sham impeachment hearing that the underground hearings were held and no Republicans were allowed in. And when the
Yes.
Republicans entered, Adam Schiff ran out with the witness.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that was a sham.
yeah, it was. The whole thing was a sham. And so here, you know what? Guys, I got to step off camera because I got to grab something real quick, okay? As soon as you know what? I'll get to it in the next video because I don't see. Okay, I'm back. We had a little pause there. Anyways, we'll make some predictions, man.
Sure.
Okay. Okay. In light of the impeachment fiasco and the fact that I am going to say probably 60 to 75% of America is so mad at the Democrats, and we have a long memory.
Yes.
Long memory.
Yes.
November next year is coming. I'm going to say this: we know they're going to lose the House.
Yeah.
Nancy's going to give the gavel up again. Okay, but this time it's not going to be by it's not going to be, last time she lost the House, they lost it by like, I don't know, what was it, 8 to 10 seats.
Something like that, yeah.
I think this time it's going to be worse. It's going to be a nightmare for
Yeah,
Democrats. I'm going to say the House is going to be somewhere between 10 and 20 seats in our favor. And the Senate is going to get ugly. It's going to get ugly. I think we're potentially looking at a supermajority in the Senate. After
If they
next
keep
November's
acting like
election.
this, I don't know who
They're not
could
gonna
vote
stop
for these
acting
people.
like
I
this.
don't understand.
Yeah, they're not going to stop acting like this.
Yeah.
And we've already seen one Democrat defect from the Democrat Party and join the Republican Party
Yeah.
because of this.
Yeah.
And I think it's only going to get worse for them.
Yeah.
I think as the days go by, we're going to see more things coming to light. And the Bible talks about that. All that was hidden will be brought. Okay?
Yep,
And
yep.
it's going to happen.
Yeah.
I think it is more than likely we're going to see some prominent Democrats be brought down.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it. So, guys, all I can say is if you have any family members that are Democrats that don't gloat, okay, feel sorry for them.
Yeah.
And you know what? Try to talk them into switching sides.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if they're tired of losing, they might want to think about joining the right side, okay? It's as simple as that. And there's a good Bible verse talking about that, about the heart of the fool inclining to the left. So yeah, it's actually in the Bible. So
Yeah.
it's not talking about politics, but
Yeah, my whole thought on this process is I just hope that this impeachment trial sham just starts cleaning the house. I hope they come in and investigate everybody on both sides. I don't care what side they're on. If they were doing wrong,
and here's
investigate and get rid of, or go to jail or whatever. It's got to happen. But
Oh yeah, and Joe Biden's
If they're going
son.
to try to do one guy, they got to do it across the board.
Well, I think this is going to happen with more Democrats you can shake a stick
Yeah.
at. But Joe Biden's son, going back to him getting that whole thing from that stripper that he had an illegitimate kid with.
Yeah.
Okay. She has requested his financial records. Oh, and guess what's on those tax records? The energy company from Ukraine. All that's on there. Okay. I think we're going to see, the Democrats, we want to see his tax records. Talk about Trump. Guess what, Democrats? Guess what the American people are going to get their eyeballs on? Yours.
Yeah.
Your tax records, your connections, where you've taken donations from, whether it's Big Pharma. We know George Soros gives to a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. I just wonder, we need to find out why they get paid, $400,000 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then they come out with $400 million.
Yeah.
How'd that
Well, they
happen?
get $178,000.
What investment program is that? I want to get in on it.
Yeah, $178,000 a year, but
That's what
somehow
it is,
they managed to retire being
400 for the
worth
presidency, yeah.
hundreds of millions or whatever it is.
Yeah, how'd that happen?
Yes. So
There's no Roth IRA that will do that.
quid pro quo.
Yeah, I'm
Quid
just
pro
saying,
quo.
there's no investment program that will make that much money.
Pass this bill for us. Got a little something for you here,
Yeah.
Come on. So but we all know what goes
ridiculous.
on. So we're probably going to do one or two more videos?
Sure.
One or two more videos. And we're going to delve into Virginia in one video. Okay. I think it's something we need to cover.
Yep. Uh-huh.
Because
Sanctuary
that's
counties.
fixing to be a battleground, folks. Democrats are declaring war on the Constitution in Virginia. So, guys, everybody have a great week coming up. Be safe. Coming up, Christmas is coming Wednesday, so Merry Christmas.
Yep. Merry Christmas. God bless.